Good morning, students. In this session, we will have a discussion on C programming, which is Module 3 in Compound 01. Before start the discussion of the language C, let us discuss what is meant by programming and what do we mean by computer program. What do we mean by a computer program? A computer program is a set of instructions for a computer to perform a specific task. I repeat, a computer program is a set of instructions for a computer to perform a specific task. And these instructions are written in computer languages or else the programming languages. So, the programming languages are used to write computer programs, or else we can say computer languages are used to develop computer programs. So, what we try to do is, we try to give a set of instructions along with the data to be processed through any one of the input devices to the processor of the computer. There, the data is processed as per the instructions given to it in order to produce the output. The output is nothing but the processed data. The processed data is also called as the information. So with this, we can come to the conclusion of what is meant by programming. What is meant by programming? Programming is instructing a computer to perform a specific task with the help of a programming language. I repeat, programming is instructing a computer to perform a specific task with the help of a programming language. So in order to program a computer, we need to know any one of the programming languages which are available in use today. One such language is the language C. So let us begin the discussion of C from the history of C. C was an offspring of Basic Combined Programming Language. Basic Combined Programming Language, abbreviated as BCPL. BCPL. And it was called as B, and this B was developed in the 1960s at Cambridge University. And this language B was modified by Dennis Ritchie and implemented at Bell Laboratories in 1972. The new language was named C. Let us talk more about C. You all know that the Unix operating system is a multi-user operating system. And this multi-user operating system, namely Unix, is itself coded in C. Written in C. So with this information, you can imagine the strength of the language C. And the C is running under a number of operating systems, including Unix operating system, MS-DOS, that is Microsoft Disk operating system, Linux, and of course under our Windows operating system. Let us explore importance of C. Why so much of importance is given to the language C? The first thing is, C is well suited for writing both system software and business packages. Why? It's because the C compiler combines the capabilities of an assembly language with the features of high-level language. You know the examples of high-level languages, isn't it? I'll give the few examples of high-level languages. Java, Fortran, COBOL, Pascal, Basic, etc. And second, the programs written in C are efficient and fast. How is it? It is because it is due to variety of data types and the operators supported by C. Of course, we will be dealing with data types and the operators in separate sessions. Next one is C is highly portable. Portable means programs written for one computer can be run on another machine with little or no modification. You may think, what is it? In the earlier era of programming, the programs developed for one computer cannot be run on another. As such, these hurdles were broken by the language C. With the help of the language C, programs can be written for one computer, can be executed or run on another machine with little or no modification. Finally, we have this point, namely C language is well suited for structured programming. What is meant by structured programming? Under structured programming, programs are developed in terms of functions or blocks. What is the use in developing the programs in terms of functions or blocks? It makes the program debugging, testing and maintenance easier. What is meant by debugging? Debugging is nothing but finding or locating the errors and correcting the errors in the program. Debugging is nothing but finding or locating errors and correcting the errors in a program. Testing is nothing but test the program for any set of data. So, with this we come to know that the C language is well suited for structured programming, and thereby it makes the program debugging, testing and maintaining easier. Now let us discuss the different versions of C. As per the versions of C is concerned, there are many different versions available. I have given the example of versions of C, only two. One is ANSI C and another one is Turbo C. I would like you to know the expansion of ANSI. You search this information in the net or in the books and save it in your laptops. And during this course of study, we will be using Turbo C only, and this Turbo C uses Turbo Editor to develop, compile and execute the C programs. So we will be using Turbo C, and the Turbo C uses Turbo Editor to develop, compile and execute C programs. We will see an example of main function. During the discussion of structured programming, I told you the C programs are developed in terms of functions or blocks and also the use of structured programming. And so the C programs are developed in terms of functions or blocks. A C program can have any number of functions in it, but it should have compulsorily only one function, namely main. It is because the execution of the C program starts only the point of the main function. So all the C programs should have a function, namely main function. You remember, a C program can have any number of functions in it. So this is the first line in the main function, it is the name of the function, and it is followed by an empty parenthesis, empty pair of parentheses. And this flower brace or the butterfly bracket marks the start of the program or start of the main function. Then this is a statement, and this statement is a comment statement. The comment statement always starts with slash followed by asterisk mark and ends with asterisk mark followed by slash. And the comment statements are not executed by the C compiler at all. It is used only for the user reference. We can have any number of comment statements in a program, and the inclusion of any number of comment statements will never slow down the execution of the program. I repeat, the inclusion of any number of comment statements in the program, in a C program, will never slow down the execution of the program. And the next statement is an output statement. It is an output statement. The aim of the main function is to print, is to display hello in the screen. So, in order to display, we make use of an output statement, namely printf, print function, printf, and the syntax of this statement is printf followed by the open bracket followed by the double quotes followed by the string of characters or else group of characters hello, and close the quotes, I mean the double quotes, close the bracket. At the end, this statement terminates with the help of a character, namely semicolon. The semicolon is the statement terminator in the C language. It is the statement terminator. The semicolon is the statement terminator in the C language. Never forget it. Remember, the semicolon is the statement terminator in the C language. Almost all the statements in a C program should terminate with the statement terminator, namely semicolon. The comment statements will never terminate with the help of a statement terminator semicolon. Rather, the asterisk mark followed by the slash will mark the end of the comment statement. And again, we are having another comment statement. As I told you, these comment statements will not be executed by the C compiler. Rather, they are used only for the references by the user. And this makes the end of the main function. I have narrated few words about the main function. The first line is the name of the main function. Every program must have exactly one main function. C system starts the execution of the program from main function. The opening brace and the closing brace indicates the beginning and the end of the main function. Now let us see a sample program. In order to make use of the input-output statements, we need to include the header files. And these header files are included with the help of the include statements at the beginning of the program itself. The include statement always starts with # symbol followed by the keyword include followed by a lesser symbol followed by the name of the header file stdio, that is standard input output.h, standard input output.h. H is the extension indicating that it is an header file. Then the the name of the main function, and the next one is start the body of the main function, and this is a comment statement. As I told you, the comment statement starts with the slash followed by asterisk mark and ends with the asterisk mark followed by slash, and it will never terminate with the statement terminator. Then we make use of a printf statement, the output statement, to print hello, and it should be terminated with the statement terminator. Next one is another comment statement indicating that it is the end of the printing. Of course, everything should be closed with the help of a closing bracket. We'll see here another program. Here include the header file with the help of the include statement, which always starts with the @ symbol followed by include and followed by the name of the header file, standard input output.h. Name of the main function where the execution of the program will start. Beginning of the body of the main function, and this is a comment statement, and this is a output statement, namely printf, in order to print hello. Another output statement, namely printf, in order to print world, and this is the third output statement which is used to print a new line. The /n is an escape sequence, which is escape, ESCAPE, escape sequence. Which is used to print a new line in the output. Then of course it comes to an end with the statement terminator. Next one we have a comment line, and next one marks the end of the main function and also the program. So after execution, the output of this program will be like this. Output O bar P is output, I bar P is, in short we used to write I bar P for input, O bar P for output. The output of the program will be the first output statement, printf, will print hello here, HELLO, hello. Then the second output statement will print world, WORLD. Then the third output statement will print a new line. So the cursor will be jumping to the next line. This is the output of this program. So once after execution, you can save the program with the extension .c. You give the name of the program file as sample and the extension .c. All the C programs should have an extension .c. In olden days, the name of the file is called as the primary name, PRIMARY, primary name, and the extension of the file is called as the secondary name. Remember these 2 points. The name of the file is called as primary name and the extension is called as secondary name. All the C programs should have the secondary name as .c. And using the save command in the file menu of the Turbo editor, you can save the file with extension .c. And you can compile the C program using the compile menu, and you can run the C program or execute the C program using the run menu in the Turbo editor. With this, we have discussed what do you mean by program, what is meant by programming, history of C, importance of C. We have discussed 2 examples of C programs, and a Turbo C version, and you know to save the program with the extension .c also. Thank you, students. You enjoy the day by entering the C programs in your laptops. Goodbye.